Party people!
It's the Weekend Throwdown with Jagger.
It's the Weekend Throwdown with Shelley Rome. And we have the lovely Alessia Cara. That was such a dramatic extra intro.
That's okay. It was good. Thank you.
Welcome back.
Thank you so much.
Like, literally, welcome back. We're so happy that you're back in our lives. I said that to you when you walked in, and I really mean it.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
You fill a void.
Oh, wow.
In the musical landscape of pop culture in Z100, and I'm serious. Like,
wow, thanks.
When you came in, I feel like you ushered in this like conscious pop sort of genre, and then when we didn't have you for a little bit, although we did because you were still on other songs.
Still around.
You were still around. And we were still playing your songs.
Yeah.
I was like, we need Alessia back, and so we're just happy to have you.
Thank you. I'm happy to be back. It feels really, really good.
Growing Pains is the song. I saw you performed it on Fallon last night.
Yeah, I did.
I'm so happy that you're performing in the suit. Although you looked hot. Was it hot up there in the suit?
It was very hot, especially like nerves plus the giant suit.
Yes.
Like, it was. I was dying.
I'm sure.
But yeah, I'm doing that because I think like it just fits the whole theme of the album pretty much. That's like the running theme, and I just thought it'd be cool to perform in it just to get the visual idea.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely placing that image in our memory, and sort of every time we hear the song, we see you in the suit. It's working.
Yeah.
So you've again, like, you've had songs, and of course you were on the Logic song, and then you won the Grammy. I mean, but you took some time off.
Yeah, kind of.
What have you been doing? Where have you been?
I've been writing the next album. I started writing it like a year and a half ago, kind of like during the last half of my tour. And then during the break, I was just like settled in LA, and I wrote the rest of the album and then recorded it, and then did all of I tried to stay stationary because I feel like it's just nice to have normalcy when you're doing something like that. Yeah. So I was just not living there, but I guess staying there for a big chunk of time.
I bet you get in a zone. Like, I guess when you figure out where you want to go with a project, or you figure out a direction, you probably sort of don't want to get, I don't know, too many outside influences,
Yeah, exactly. It's good to be in one place, or for me anyway, it's good to be in one place and just like figure it out. And I don't know. I tend to write better when I am more relaxed, I guess.
How do you start a new project, though? Because you came on the scene. That actually popped into my brain, and I was like, don't say that. It's so awful.
Popped up on the scene.
You just popped up out of nowhere. I mean, you had so much success. I'll never forget, and I will own this, and I tell you this every time we talk. I was the first interview you ever did at Z100. And you came, and you hit it with Here, and then you just, like, another cliche, the sky was the limit.
Just spewing them out today.
Falling into my brain.
It's good. It's great.
I guess they exist for a reason. How do you approach going into the second project? Because is there pressure? Do you even think about it? Or are you just like, I'm here to create, and whatever comes? Or I don't know.
I think, the one thing I was more conscious of is obviously the fact that I have an audience now, and an audience who depends on me for escapism in my music, and for some sort of shoulder to lean on. I think that's what my fans listen to me for. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I think so.
We do. That's why we do listen to you.
Yeah, so I think for me, I'm always conscious of that, and I don't want to ever make music that's selfish, or like make music just to make it, or just to have hits or all that stuff. I think I want to say something.
Yeah.
And even if that's not always like a socially conscious song, even if it's just talking about how I feel, I think that can be beneficial to people. So I'm always just trying to remember that, and remember that there are genuine people who really need what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And so I'm always going to keep them in mind.
Do you feel pressure? When I say pressure, as far as the sense of like, you came out with songs with such meaning, like you said, that your fans really relate to, and really get something out of. Do you know? What if you just want to say? What if you're just like, I want to write a fun trap song?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you have to stay in a box, or you're just doing what feels good to you?
In a way, well, I'm not. Yes and no, because I think I've been almost kind of given the responsibility of that. What's the word? I guess people see me as that person, so they go to me for that kind of music, which is great. But I think it's also important to, to just talk about whatever I'm feeling. So if what I'm feeling at the time is this is what I'm feeling, and it's not necessarily like the
Saturday
smartest
night.
song. Yeah, like that's what I'm gonna write about. I'm like, I mean, I guess I got lucky in that sense because I'm a very emotional, dramatic person. So I'm always thinking of something deep and like extra at all times. So
Aren't we all though?
yeah, so like it's easy for me to just write that stuff, and I write it honestly from a genuine place, not because I feel like people want to hear that. But yeah, like I think it's also important to like just. If I feel like I need to change it up because that's what I'm feeling, then I will.
Yeah.
And I think my fans know that. They know that everything they hear from me is always going to be me. So, yeah.
It's authentically you. I guess that's...
Yeah. I would never just make a song about partying because I felt like, well, I mean, here was about a party. It was a different kind of party.
But yeah.
But like just because I felt like I needed to. Like, you know, if I ever do, it's because that's what I felt like writing about. But I doubt I will anyway.
I mean, I think that's why when... as I watched your Fallon performance... I came across your impressions.
Oh no.
No, stop. That's why it has 30 million views because we didn't expect that from you, but that's so silly and small-minded of us to not expect you to be that incredibly, amazingly fun, awesome person.
Oh yeah, for sure. Incredibly, amazingly fun.
Are you kidding? No.
No
That's
way.
the best Nicki Minaj and Lorde impression I've ever seen. Don't fight me.
You probably haven't seen many.
No, I've seen a lot. I sit on YouTube all day. Don't fight me. That was incredible.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, that was like one of the scariest things. I mean, like it's one thing to go there and like sing your song and do what you do, but then it's another thing to like have to be entertaining and then sound like somebody else.
Right.
It's like so weird. I was so terrified. I'm like, never again in my life. I'm so scared. But
did you know the songs and artists you were going to do ahead of time? Did they prepare you?
Well, they like give you. In my case, I had like a YouTube video a long time ago where I did impressions, and then like they were like, okay, like out of these ones, here's the list of ones that we think like you should do. Like, is this okay? And then you just approve it, and you're like, all right. And then. Yeah, but then it just like shuffles and then you just kind of have to do the song. But you kind of know which ones they're going to give you ahead of time because I guess they have to make sure that you know how to do those people beforehand. So yeah.
You were cool as a cucumber. And then you did the claw. You did the claw, the Lord hand.
The Lord claw. She doesn't do it as much anymore though.
But I saw Lord when you did it.
Really?
It was so good.
Thank you. It's a very stereotypical heightened version of Lord.
That's what it's all about.
You got to do it. You got to just you got to like hyperbolize it.
Absolutely.
Come on. Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. Okay, so this album, you wrote the entire album.
Yes.
Okay, so where are we going? Are we getting, I don't know, like you've obviously experienced some stuff since the first album. Is there like a song that really stands out to you, or is there just sort of, I don't know, what are you talking about? What are you writing about?
I'm talking about a lot of stuff. I think like a lot happens in 3 years in anyone's life. But
Yes.
then like in my life, there just happens to be a lot
Super
more.
sped.
Yeah. So there's like feelings of obviously growing as an artist and like what that side of my life has been like, and you know, just traveling everywhere and kind of feeling alone sometimes. But then also like just regular 21-year-old things like relationships and that kind of thing, and like relationships with my family, my friends, like thinking about the state of the world and love stuff, all of that kind of stuff. Love stuff. Yes. Love stuff. That's very, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's
always there.
It's always there.
I wish I could be a person who's like, I'm never going to write about love. I'm going to always write about other things.
Right.
And I always said that, like, growing up, like, I'm going to always write about, like, different things. And then, like, you fall in love and you're like, oh, actually, never mind. I'm going to write about you.
You have some feelings.
Yeah, you get some feelings. And they're, like, so overwhelming.
Right.
So you're just like, all right, okay, fine. Like, you give in. And you just kind of have to write about it.
Absolutely. So it's authentically
there.
what you're feeling.
Yeah, of course.
We're excited to hear about that.
Thanks.
That's
Thank
cool.
you.
So when is the album coming out? It's September.
September, yeah.
Okay.
We don't have a date yet, but September.
Around September-ish. Just do it like a Beyonce and just surprise drop it on us.
I know, right?
Like,
Didn't
do it
they just
tomorrow.
do that?
Yeah.
I should just do it.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it's Thursday. We'll just release an album.
I know,
Why
but I
not?
think they can do that because they're Beyonce and Jay-Z. Like, people don't even have to listen to it. They're gonna
Right.
be like, this
It's
is
out
great.
there.
Yeah, it's out there. Yeah, I have to work a lot harder to get there.
Don't undersell yourself, Grammy winner.
Thank you. Oh my God. Thanks. It feels weird to say that.
What was that moment like?
Insane. Very insane. Like, it's one of those things that feels like slow motion. Like,
Yeah.
I'm walking up there felt like 50 years to get on stage.
Did you feel like you were taking too much? I would imagine like if it, like getting up from your seat and then doing the walk, you're like, oh my God, I'm taking too much time. I'm not getting up there fast enough.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. If the walk feels like a million miles. And you're like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And then everybody's watching you. And like, speaking of Beyonce, Jay-Z, like they were right there.
Right.
it's very weird. You just feel like everybody's judging how you walk. And like, obviously that's not true, or I hope not. But like, it's just everyone's looking at you. It's weird.
Before you caught up to the moment of like, what did I actually say? You're still thinking about people like judging the way that you walked up there.
Yeah, of course. You're like, oh my God, who's looking at me? This is weird. Like trying to be natural, but also dying. It's like a mixture of emotions all in one.
I mean, I watched it and I was like, yes. No, like,
you.
there's nobody more deserving. You're just such a ray of sunshine, and I'm not just saying that to say it. Like you have no idea how you affect. Well, you do. I feel like you do. You have to know. You just affect so many people with your words, and
thank you.
It's just, you give people the the permission to sort of be who they are, because you're so much who you are. So I think that's really cool. It's really powerful.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
And people don't need permission. That's what I want people to know, is like they don't need permission. They could be who they want to be because that's a actual right, and it's a human right. And it's also just like, I mean, there are no rules to that, just be you.
You make it easier though to be like, she's herself, so it's inspiring me to be, who I am, like the quirkiness and all,
Oh,
I think
thanks.
that's really cool. It's awesome.
Thank you.
So yeah, we're excited for the song. We love it. It's the Alessia sound that we needed.
Awesome. I'm glad you like it.
We're excited for the album. Are you going on tour? Are there going to be shows?
Hoping for January, but I have no idea.
Okay.
Yet. Like top of the year probably, but we'll see.
Give me your schedule. I want to know everything you're doing.
Yeah, so do I. I have to read it all. We're still planning it. It's like promo is the craziest because you're like here and there and there and there.
Well, today we're making you talk to 400 people, so we appreciate you.
No, it's all good. Thank you.
Alessia Cara! Listen to the song. Whatever. Actually, just listen to it on Z100. Listen to it on Z100 because we're definitely playing it.
Cool.
Yay, thank you.
Thank you.